Welcome back to Fit for Life. I hope you feel like exercising today. If you don't, you will. By the time I'm through with you, you definitely will. The name of our show today is Strength in Numbers. Just going to give you a couple of numbers that you might find interesting. It has to do with what we're doing, and we're going to do strength training for the second time this week, but we're going to use Dynabands. They're called TheraBands, exercise bands, Dynabands. They have a lot of names, but they are effective, a lot less expensive than machines too. But if you have a chance to do the machines, strength training machines, do them because they're wonderful. They're very specific for the different muscle groups. So keep that in mind. Saying for the day is very short and sweet. You're never too old to become younger. And you know who said that? Mae West. Although, you know what? I think she always looked old to me. I did see one of her old movies a while back. And but she had some very interesting sayings, didn't she? So keep that in mind. Chronological and biological age are two different things. You can look really good and not be so good inside, or you can look really bad and be really healthy. So I'd rather look a little bad and be healthy. So I just want to remind you of some numbers today. You know there are 6 basic fitness components, and I will be saying that again and again. Today we're going to work with strength training. Really, really important, especially as we age. Strength is important to seniors because we lose it much faster than when we were young. So keep that in mind. You don't want to stop exercising for a couple of weeks and then expect to go back and feel just as good as you did before. It won't be as easy, so keep that in mind. And try to remember to count your repetitions rather than just doing 4 or 5 of something and then switching over to something else. The range is 8 to 12 repetitions per set. Eventually, I'd like you to work up to 2 sets of everything that we do in strength training, but for now we're just doing 1 because we only have half an hour. And I like to jam as much as possible into that. So keep that in mind. You want to maintain your functional independence. So if we do the strength training, you'll be able to do that much longer. So it's called functional independence, or your ADLs. Do you know what that means, what those acronyms mean? ADL means activities of daily living. These are the things such as cooking for yourself, grooming, toileting, being able to get there yourself, not have to depend on an aide. So there are about 6 of these: cooking, shopping, and I did mention a couple of others. So in order to maintain the ability to do those things, we need to do strength training. Very, very important. Chronological age, it becomes a number. And look at our seniors that are in the Senior Olympics and how great they look. Most of the time, they look much younger than they are, and they have much more power, too. So today, we're going to do the strength training with the bands. We did the weights a couple of days ago. So let's get started. Now, this is for the upper body. All right. We're going to take the band and put it behind your back and up as high as you can get the band. Maybe just below the armpit here. All right, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Don't rest your back here. I'd like you to sit up if possible. Just holding onto the band. All right, we're not wrapping the band around our hand. And you're going to just push out straight. How does that feel? And bring it back. Let's try it again. Remember, breathe out on exertion. So that first movement is the exertion. So we're not counting to 4 like we do with the weights. Here we go again. Sitting up straight. And this is 5. And back slowly. You can go out a little faster. 6. Come back slowly. If you want to count 4, that's okay. If you want to do 5 or 6, that's all right. And let's do 2 more. And this is 7. I'm also holding my abdomen in a little bit, tucking it in to firm it up a bit, strengthen the muscles there. We have 600 muscles. And by the time I'm finished with you today, we will have worked all of them. Keep that in mind. All right, so we did just one set of those. Still holding on, same posture, shoulders down. Try to remember what we said in the last class. Pull that chin in for good posture. And we're just going to go up this time. 1. Good. And 2. Little different. It's a different feeling, isn't it? And 3. And remember, you're doing something really good for yourself. You're staying strong. You hopefully delay that time of disability and maybe not have any disability. Just go on and on. I'm going to say this is 5, even if it isn't. It doesn't hurt to do a few extra. And 6. And 7. Can you do one more? I think you can. And 8. Let's just rest the arms a little bit. Lift your shoulders up and down a few times. Good. 3 and 4. Let's drop the chin down just to relax your neck, your upper back a little bit. You're resting your arms here just for a few seconds. All right, let's bring the head back up. Put one arm under the other as you cross over. Now the opposite side. 2 and 3 and 4. Good. And 5 and 6. So we're working on just the upper body right now. And 7 and 8. Can you do 10? Try it. And 9 and 10. I hope you're doing well on this. Wonderful. Let's take the band out from that position. And this one is, I think, kind of fun, and it feels good. You can sit back if you want. Just move your legs out a little bit, put your heels down, take the band and put it under both feet, kind of in the middle of the foot. So the toes, you can see the toes, they hang over a bit here. All right, now you're going to pull the band up, lift your legs up, they're nice and straight. You can flex your feet a little bit. Good. And you try again not to sit or to lean on the back of the chair. Sit up and bring those elbows back. And this is a great strengthener and toner for the triceps, the muscles in the back of the upper arm. Breathe out as you, great, and slowly back. And 4, I'm counting every repetition with you. And 5, and 6, good. Can you feel those muscles harden and tighten, and they're strengthening? And remember, muscle burns more fat than adipose tissue. I think you know what that means, adipose tissue, right? We're saying fat in a nice way. I don't like the word fat at all. Breathing out and pulling back. Good. Can you do another one? One more. Great. Okay. Now heels down and come forward and straighten the arms out a little bit. I think I'd like to do a few more of these. Keep your head up. Now sit up straight again. Lift your feet up. Let's just do 4 more of these. 1. Nice and tall. And 2. And can you do one more? I think you can. And 4. So that's for the triceps. So just let go with one hand. So you still have the band here. Just relax. Relax that arm and hand a little bit by just twirling the band. Easy stuff, right? All right, now we're going to strengthen biceps. 2 big muscles right in this area. And this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to come forward in the chair. We're going to put the band so that it rests on the floor. You're going to step on the band, more with the front of your foot, okay? Leave a little bit of the band on the outside of the foot, all right? This time you are going to wrap the band around the hand, all right? I'm going to wrap twice so I get some good resistance. Put the forearm right down on your leg, on your quadriceps or your thigh. You can hold on if you want to. And you close your hand and you're going to lift up. Now you should feel some tightness, some resistance in the forearm here. And 2. If you don't, wrap the band again. 3. Some of you might have a longer band. Most of them are about 1 yard. That's 3 feet, right? Try it again. And 4. And 5. And 6. Good. Lots of strength training today. And we're going to say this is 8, but we have 2 arms. So we have to do the other side. So we're going to hold. Just lay the band down, bring it back a little bit, step on it with the front part of the foot, the ball of the foot, and the band is on the outside of the leg here. So with the opposite arm now, not opposite to the foot, but we just did this one, we're doing this one. So let's wrap it one more time, lay that forearm down. And when you lift the hand, don't lift the arm too. Keep that down. Keep the elbow down. You are lifting the forearm. Keep the elbow down. 2. I know you can feel that tension in your arm. Is this 4? I hope so. And 5 is the elbow staying down there. And 6. And 7. Wonderful. And 8. We'll just do 8 of those today. Did you all bring your water today? Hope you did. Really important. Or maybe you have it right there on a table where you always do your exercise, so you don't have to remember it. You just have to remember to fill it. So here we go. Tastes good. All right. I'm going to throw a couple of extra upper body exercises in here today. So this time you can wrap and wrap the other end. Good. That's too long. You're not going to get too much resistance. If this is all you can do, that's fine. It's better than doing nothing. I'm going to wrap one side twice. All right. Bring the band back to the front. You're going to lift up. No, it doesn't have to go way back. Just lift up and pull out 1. Oh boy, I can feel that today. Feet are flat. 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. That's a toughie. And 8. Just bring your hands together, the knuckles, so you have a little shelf. You can rest your chin, relax for a minute, close your eyes. Good. That's our little rest. Now the arms should be out straight, right from the shoulders now. Feet flat, bring them in a little bit. And we're going to go straight out 1. Good upper body strengthener. Shoulders, upper back, maybe mid-back too. And we'll say 4, even if it's 3, it's okay. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. All right, let's put the band down. Now we've done quite a bit for the upper body. In a minute or two, we'll do the lower body too, because it's important to keep that nice and strong. So I'm just going to put the band on the arm of the chair here. Wonderful. Just shake your arms out a little bit. Wonderful. Hands right here on your knees. Pull yourself up nice and straight. Pull those shoulders down. Wonderful. Open your feet a little bit, and I want you to come forward. We're going to have a nice stretch for the back, the lower back, the mid back, everything. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Then come up slowly. Lift those arms up. Very gently push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. 2 more. Doing great. And 7, and 8. That was easy, right? All right. Let's just lift the shoulders up and down. Relax a little bit. And 3, and 4. See, I naturally tighten the abdomen a little bit. So you're getting added benefit here. Tightening and toning that abdominal area. All right. Let's try this one. just to loosen up a little. Hands right here on the shoulder and circle. Circle those elbows. This is easy, isn't it? And it feels good because you've been tightening, contracting those muscles. Now we're going to just loosen them up, relax them a little bit. Feels good to me, folks. All right, now we're going to be working on that lower body. So let's grab the band. Here it is. This is going to feel different, of course, because you're working your legs and a few other things too. All right, you're going to take the band again under both feet, holding on. Do not wrap the band, okay? Good. Walk those feet out. Lift the legs up. We're not sitting back here. We're sitting up nice and straight. Try to get the band in the middle of the foot. All right. Now, this looks like the one we did the last time, but it is a little bit different. And if you need some support, you can rest your arms on the arms of the chair. All right? And this is what you're going to do. It's very simple technically. Pull your feet apart. This will tighten, tone, and strengthen almost all of your lower body. But be careful, especially with hip problems, knee problems, if you've had surgeries, and you know what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do, right? So bring those feet back again. Now, take your arms off the arms of the chair. Straighten your arms. Maybe you did that last time too. And let's pull those feet out. And one. This is a good one. Even if it's 1 inch, try it. You will know if it's something you shouldn't be doing. We all have different problems. And we all have the good, strong things about ourselves too, so that's important. Feel pretty good? Say 5. I'm starting to slip with the posture, and that's all we did in the last show. I've got to remember. And out again. What do you think of that one? Easy to do technically, right? All right. Now, we're going to do something for the quadriceps, although that was partially for the quadriceps too. But this one is specific to the quadriceps. 4 big muscles right here in the thigh, right? 1 foot under 1 foot, holding on to the ends. I kind of turn my hands over a little bit. Lift up, so you're going to bend the knee. If you need to, you can support the arms by putting them right on the chair, and you're going to push down. Good, doesn't that feel good? I like this one. This is great. And 4. So maybe most of you have your arms on the chair right now. And 7. Let's do 10. And push down. And push down again. All right, good. All right, let's come forward. Now keep holding on to that band though. Keep holding on. Don't let go. All right, let's sit back up again and do another set. All right, but this time I don't want you to put your arms here. See if you can just leave them up and push down 1. You're still getting a great strengthener for the upper body, but I call this our lower body exercise. Well, lots of things involved here. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now we have 2 legs, right? Here we go. Let's try the other side now. Under the foot. Some of these you may have done, some may be new to you. And if I see anything new, you know I'll let you see it. We'll do it together. Arms on the arms of the chair. By the way, if this is too easy, move your hands down the band and you'll get much more resistance. So keep that in mind, okay? 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. You're getting a good workout today. 7, and 8. All right, put the foot down. Just come forward and relax a little bit. I'm gonna move my hands up a little. Sit back up, shoulders down, lift the foot up off the floor, take the arms off the arms of the chair. Hold them anywhere they are. Push down 1. A little more effort on this one. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. We'll do just 8 of these. Heel down. Come forward first, then let go with one hand. Now I'm going to give you something that's kind of easy, and it feels good too. Grab some water if you need it. Why don't we drop that chin down for a few seconds? Look up at the ceiling. Look straight ahead. Turn to one side. We're going kind of fast today, but this can be done at a much slower speed. And you can stay there too if you want to. So keep that in mind. All right. Take this under both feet. All right. Holding onto the ends. Walk out with your heels. Now your legs should be straight as you lift. All right. Here's what you're going to do. Don't put your arms down. Leave them up. All right. Pull back as much as you can. And then point your toes. You might have to put the band a little bit closer to the front part of the foot or the upper part. So pull up and point one and then flex. So this is great for your feet, the soles of your feet, your ankles, your calf muscle, your arms, obviously, right? And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now relax. Just straighten your arms. There you are. You look nice and tall today. I have a theory that if we stretch enough, we won't lose as much height. That's my theory. All right, let's pull back, nice and tall, and point and flex. If you need to put your arms down, that's fine. You're still way ahead of people that aren't exercising at all, right? 4, and 5, and I'm tightening that abdomen as I'm doing this, so that's really important. And in the next show, we're going to do the core. So we'll do a lot of tightening. All right, I kind of lost count. So let's put the heels down. Let go with one hand. You can put your band away. Grab some water if you need it. We are almost done, and I can't even believe that. So you'll come forward in the chair. Great. You're just going to drop down. Let's do a nice spinal stretch again. Keep your head up. All right. Come up slowly. Clasp your hands together. Why don't you unclasp and reach for the sky? 1. Sometimes we need to reach up for things, right? And up. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Wonderful. Great. I want to sit back a little bit. I'd like you to take this arm and just swing it across. I'm going to move over to this side of the chair. See if you can grab the back of the chair, or at least the arm, and just pull yourself around for a nice spinal twist. Be careful, pay attention to how this feels. Good, and then we'll come back slowly. Now, just a little bit over to the other side. Swing around, grab the arm or the back of the chair, pull yourself around. So you're kind of getting a little help from the chair here. Good. And then slowly back. All right. You know what? I think that's all we're going to do today. We have a few minutes left. I'm going to put on some nice relaxing music, and we'll do some yoga breathing, a little bit of meditation, just to quiet us down, because we've been working hard. I think we have. So get comfortable. You don't have to sit up nice and straight. You can sit back, relax. Good. Slide down a little bit in the chair. Lower the lights. It's called atmosphere, ambiance, right? Good. Good. All right. So this is just background music now. I want you to close your eyes. Breathe up through your nose, all the way up, expanding that abdomen a little bit. Hold that breath and exhale, and as you exhale, just let the chin drop. Feel your muscles loosen up a little bit. Move your head from side to side. That is such a relaxing thing to do. Good. Are your eyes closed? I know mine closed. It just happens. I can't help it. We'll breathe again up through the nose. hold, and let's make that exhalation through the mouth 6 seconds long. Just keep pushing that air out. Let's get rid of all that dead air. I hate to use that word, but it's just lying around down there. We want to exchange it for the good air, the fresh air. All right, one more time together, breathing up through the nose. 4 or 5 seconds. Holding, and then breathing out. Out through your mouth. 2, keep going. 4, 5, and 6. And now just resume your natural breathing. For the next minute, I'd like you to try to think about nothing. When the thoughts come in, take another one of these breaths. It works, but you have to practice. So let's practice for 1 minute, and then I'll see you next time. Here we go. Up through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Wonderful. Namaste, which means peace, and many other things, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.